what's up, y'all? This is Skater D.
Hey, I'm John Charles Meyer, producer of Dave Made a Maze.
Hey, what's up? This is Scott out there to Play the Devil, and you are listening to Luch Dog.
Luch Dog.
Luch Dog.
This is Andy Cruz from Sirius XM 415, and you're listening to Luch Dog in the morning.
The #1 sports show on the planet. Yeah, boy.
Welcome back, folks. It's your boy Luch Dog in the morning. We got a huge one today, and I am so pumped to talk about something with you. You're not ready for it. You can't wait for it. Belly can't wait. Potts is here. I'm not even going to take a break because we're keeping it 100. Belly Matt LaBelle right here in studio, our producer making things run, and of course my co-host. What's happening, man? We feeling good?
Oh, you're talking to me.
Yes, that is
Yeah,
you.
that's me.
Hey!
Oh, yeah. I'm feeling great, feeling good.
His
my
voice is a little shot.
My voice is kind of effed up, but that's what happens during the holiday season.
I got Matty Potts from the Santa Monica Newsroom. What's up, brother?
Greetings and salutations. I think Belly still sounds amazing, even with the
Well, thank you,
voice.
sir.
Could he not? He literally, right before the show, he says to me, you know, instead of getting compliments on my voice last night, people were all over my eyes.
Yeah, my eyes are like White Walker blue.
They are pretty blue.
Yeah.
So anyway, huge thing in sports happened, and I'm really excited to talk about it. And that is Rob Manfred gets caught in a lie on a radio show that I frequently watch. So that was exciting for me. I watched it in real time, and I saw everything leading up the whole week before. ESPN's president is resigning. John Skipper is down. He is leaving the company for alleged substance. I mean, he said it. It's him saying for substance abuse issues. He wants to get the help he needs. There's a whole lot going on at ESPN right now. I want to get into that a little bit, but the interview with Rob Manfred, commissioner of baseball, was really, really like grade A choice prime beef radio.
Prime beef.
And can I just hop in, because I can't believe you already haven't talked about this. I'm so stoked that I have a piece of news you guys don't have.
Sure.
CEO of Papa John's stepping down
Is
because
he?
of his
Actually read that
comments
last
about
night.
Colin Kaepernick, or
No.
not Colin, but about that situation. Yeah.
Really?
He was talking
John's
about how
is
the
the worst.
NFL, about how he was losing money in advertising,
Yeah.
like because he's the one of the biggest advertisers for the NFL. He had made a comment about how the whole kneeling situation was affecting business, and NFL needed to get on, handle it. Now he's stepping down because of those comments. And what's funny is everything was fine. Now that all that's happening, their stock dropped by 13% or something immediately.
Well,
so he actually caused his own. It was like a self-fulfilling prophecy. He sabotaged himself.
Well, like we talked about before, he was already devaluing his brand. I mean, like we said,
Oh,
every
with 50%,
sports team
yes.
with the 50% off Papa John's. Why the heck would I order Papa John's?
Again, if you
any
don't
other
know what he's
time?
talking about, literally every sports team in D.C. gives you a 50% off something.
And it's not
if they
just
score,
DC. He does it in almost every city.
Right. If they score 100 points in a basketball game or whatever it is.
Yeah, if they score 100 points and win, 50% off Papa John's the next day. Well, guess what? They're doing that every night in Golden State.
So you got that talking about stock prices dropping. I saw, of course, another 30% drop from Apple after they released this new
That's another
little
thing.
piece of a little tidbit of slowing down your phones.
Well, they
as
slow
get
down your
older.
phone so it saves your battery, except it doesn't really save
Oh,
your
by
battery.
the way, yeah. And see, this is something that I've been saying for years. So see, we've got a lot to get to. So let's all just slow it down.
And I'm just saying, I'll be taking tips on a new phone. 'Cause this is my last iPhone.
Absolutely.
Yesterday's news that's it for me.
So
I'm
we'll
done
we'll
with this
do that.
stuff.
Let's do that. But I would like to start the show, if we could, with the interview with Rob Manfred, because Belly hasn't heard this story, and I'm excited to tell him about it. And I want to tell you guys about it because serious journalism was done, and it was fascinating because it was really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Really, really uncomfortable because if you don't know the backstory, Dan Le Batard for ESPN lives in Miami, has always been in Miami. Didn't want to work for ESPN. He was already doing a national show for Miami, and then ESPN said, "Look, we'll come to you and we'll make this even more Miami for you." He is like a Miami diehard, okay? And so he is like pounding on the tables for the last month since Giancarlo Stanton got traded that baseball is literally they're just screwing South Florida. Screwing them.
So can we just kind of re-summarize for the people like me that really have no clue what
Sure.
you're talking about? Just
Sure.
real quick, what you're talking about?
Well, basically what happened is a new ownership came in. A new ownership group just bought the Marlins. Jeffrey Loria bought into the Marlins. He bought into the Expos. Their previous owner from just now, who just sold the team, he bought into the Expos for $10 million. Sold them. So they turned into the Marlins. Now he sold them for
What?
one.
The Expos didn't turn.
I mean, not turn into the Marlins.
They
Then he got
turned into the
into. There was a
Nationals.
clause in the contract that then got him into. He got to buy the Marlins for $10 million, and he sold them for $1.2 billion.
Oh my gosh.
He's the worst owner, according to them, in the history of sports. He's just been awful. All he does is just trade / payroll, do nothing for winning, but
And then sell the team.
sell the team at a ridiculous price that, of course, baseball is excited about because the Miami Marlins just set a price point for $1.2 billion.
Yeah.
And they're a losing team.
Well, the Dodgers had to be sold off too recently. Magic Johnson's group owns them now, but that was one group that over the last 2 or 3 years, I think it was 3 years ago, that they had to force one owner to sell the team. It's kind of like NBA forcing Donald Sterling to sell the team.
Right. Now imagine with
Every
all these
level.
ownership changes, Potts, it's happened four
But
times. It's happened four
How do you
times.
buy a team for $10 million?
Exactly.
do you
How
buy
does
anything?
Jeter buy and that's what he's been saying. How do you give a team to Jeter in this ownership group who clearly doesn't have enough money to run it? And instead of spending money on the team, they're slashing payroll, trading Giancarlo Stanton, one of the best players in the game, for way less than they could have gotten for him.
Yeah.
And it screams bleep you to everybody in South Florida right now. And nobody really cares. Everybody's just like, wow, Giancarlo Stanton went to the Yankees. This is going to be cool with Aaron Judge. Wow. My dad's flipping out. He's like, yeah, New York. He's a huge Yankees fan, so people are pumped about it. South Florida's down there going, hey, we just built a brand new stadium for this team built on tax dollars. And you told us you weren't going to slash payroll again. You were going to start trying to win for once. And then the group came in. They gave it to Jeter, who is paying himself $5 million in profit every year.
Yeah, so he can fund his website.
So and then they go and slash. And so what this is all leading towards is Dan Le Batard has been screaming on his national radio show, I want to talk to Rob Manfred. I want to talk to the commissioner of baseball, and I want some answers. And I want to talk to Bruce Sherman, the new owner, president of the owners group, and I want some answers. And he went as far to start thinking about he was gonna send hot dog, like a hot dog telegram singer, a rapping hot dog, to the offices of Derek Jeter and to Bruce Sherman. He called Bruce Sherman on the air asking why do you use Derek Jeter as a meat shield? And his assistant said all these questions need to be directed to Derek Jeter. So it's just been this back and forth.
Please direct all your questions to our meat shield.
Yes. Which he asked Rob Manfred, does Bruce Sherman use Derek Jeter as a meat shield? In this interview. Okay, so this
I don't
interview.
even know what a meat shield is, but for
Basically,
some reason,
a body.
I really want to send you a hot dog telegram now, Luch. That's
Oh,
all
please
I can
do.
think about is how the smile on your face if you actually got a hot dog telegram for your birthday or something. I think it would be
I hope
great.
they call it the singing wiener.
Oh, man.
Even
Wow.
better.
Wow. So anyway, moving towards the interview, as they start talking about what fun ways do we send clowns to his office, what do we do to get him to come on the show, here's what I find fascinating. ESPN has a partnership with sports, right? They're in cahoots. They have financial bindings together. So there's a relationship with the commissioner's office and ESPN. But what you always see is the commissioner will go on what shows, Belly? Where do you see him go on?
Mike
Any
and,
commissioner.
well, formerly of Mike and Mike.
Thank you. It's always Mike and Mike.
Yeah.
A safe space, super easy questions, fluff balls for everyone. Nice job, Potts. And and what I'm okay, peel it back. He always coughs into the microphone or snorts, and he totally
Snort.
just he spun around
I'm the
to get
cougher.
himself away from the microphone.
I always do that. I always am aware of the mic and I move my head.
I don't.
It was awesome.
Your faith in Potts needs to be built up a little bit
Apparently,
more, I
and
guess.
then I
Yeah.
bring attention to it. So that's
Yeah.
on me.
He's like, yeah, Potts, you're so good at not
Yeah, like
spurting into the microphone.
I do
So
it
instead, I'm
every
going to
show,
spurt into the
but-
microphone about how you didn't spurt into the microphone. This is
Yeah.
what just happened.
Oh
So,
boy! So
Don't interrupt
anyway,
your own story.
Yeah.
Just
So,
interrupt.
I've been dying to
congratulate
talk
me
to you guys.
for
I have
not stopping the show by
And-
snorting into the mic, so you stopped the show. Good job.
You know, the truth is I just have so much fun doing this with you guys. Sometimes I forget that I'm not just hanging out with my buddies. We're on a radio show. That is the truth. All right, so getting to the interview. They actually decided to send Rob Manfred on to, well, he had decided to come on the Dan Le Batard show, who is notorious for just being silly and just messing with guests, making them uncomfortable. So the fact that they got this interview was fascinating, but it started with very argumentative and contentious. And what happened was they kind of caught him in a lie.
Okay.
So, Potts, will you please play the role of Commissioner Rob Manfred? Can you do that in this interview? And then because I can't play we don't have the audio, but we're going to recreate it for you so that you can see exactly what happened. All right, so you're Rob Manfred, Commissioner of Baseball, Potts.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be Dan Le Batard.
Got it.
Okay, here we go. So, were you aware of Jeter's plan to trade the players and slash payroll?
You know, it's interesting. We don't.
Yes or no, please? Yes or no, please?
You know, I'm happy to do yes or no's, but
look, you can elaborate afterwards. I just want to know if you were aware of the plan. Like, did you approve a plan that had slashed payroll again for South Florida?
We do not approve operating decisions by any ownership, new owners, current owners, or not. And as a result, the answer to that question is no. I'm not going to be deposed like this is some adversary thing. You want to ask me questions? I'll answer them the way I want to answer them. If that's not good enough, we can move on.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll do it that way. But you're coming on here and you're saying you weren't aware of Jeter's plan to trade players and slash payroll. Like, we're starting with a lie, Rob. That's where we're starting. Like, you can't tell me you were unaware of that.
I'm not going to sit here and have you call me a liar. I explained to you we do not get involved in operating level decisions in the ownership process, the new ownership approval process. Cubs make those local decisions by themselves.
Rob, were you aware of this plan, though? Were you aware of it?
No.
And so that is where somebody then chimes in about 3 hours later. Wait a minute. That's not true. A source directly involved in the Marlins sales process, after hearing the Le Batard interview, said, via text, Commissioner said he was not aware of Jeter's plan to slash payroll. Absolutely not true. They request and receive operating plan from all the bidders. Project Wolverine, which is the name of Jeter's plan. First of all, what does that make?
Wolverine.
What does that make you think of?
X-Men.
Why would they call it
slashing?
That? Thank you.
Slashing things.
But everybody was saying on the show, "Oh no, that's crazy. He went to Michigan." Jeter went to Michigan.
Yeah.
So they're trying to say that's why it's Wolverine. Weren't they the Wolverines?
Yeah, that's their mascot.
What do you think? It's because he went to Michigan or because it has to do with slashing?
I think both. I think you double down.
Project Wolverine,
it links in many ways.
The name of Jeter's plan, called on his group to reduce payroll to $85 million, and this was vetted and approved by Major League Baseball prior to approval by MLB. So now everybody's like, wait a minute, you literally just said you had no idea that what his plan was going to be. And if that even is the case, then you gave a shortstop a baseball team and never even asked, what do you feel like doing with it?
Well, here's the real question is, how often do you sign something without reading it?
Yeah.
Manfred, I didn't read it. I just saw Jeter's name on top and Project Wolverine. I was like, oh, that sounds awesome.
Right. And the fascinating, what's fascinating.
I love X-Men.
What's fascinating about this is and I'm not just sitting here, you know.
I love Hugh Jackman.
Dude, by the way, that new one, what was it called?
Logan.
Wow. Really good.
It's good.
Made me cry. Spent 2 hours and 20 minutes watching the whole thing. I was ready to fall asleep in the first minute when I turned it on. I was like, I'm not going to make it through a 2 hour and 20-minute movie. Oh, amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
Amazing.
Speaking of crying, have you guys heard of this movie Wonder?
I have not, but just to wrap that up, that's a pretty fascinating.
It's supposed to be a real tearjerker. I agreed to go watch it with this girl tonight at her house.
Well,
and literally, my friend told me it's a great movie, but I think it's about bullying and stuff. It's actually, some kid, he's got some deformity, and he goes to school, and it's just all about how he gets bullied.
Yeah.
Well, then I would like to ask you, that begs the question, gentlemen. How do you handle crying in a movie with a woman that you're just starting to date?
Well, I told her straight up, I'm a crier, and she goes, I'm a crier, so.
I'm a crier too, but I wouldn't agree to watch a movie where why can't you just agree to watch a movie like Elf or something?
Well, because so she gets these screeners. She's in the industry, so she gets these screeners, and she texted. This is an ex, and she texted me, and she's like, "Hey, I got this movie. I know you had said it was really good. Do you want to come over and watch it?" So, ultimately, I think it's just a play to get my pants off. But,
then you can't say no.
I'll go check out the. Huh?
But I said, well, then you can't say no. But is it gonna hurt your? Do you think it hurts your?
What kind of mood are we gonna be in if we're crying?
Well, I think that opens up a vulnerability. No, I think that doesn't give you a better chance to hook up with a girl that you're just starting to date.
While tears are running down your face.
Would you like to make love to
This is the best movie. Oh, that feels so good.
Oh, man. So if you're just tuning into the show, welcome. This is Luke
I
Dog
prefer
in the
my
morning.
women when I'm with
this
them
is
not crying.
Exactly how we do the
Yeah,
show.
it's safer.
We
that
are
way, I think.
basically a sports show that just
Sounds
loves
like
to
all
talk
they're going to be doing is hugging.
about life. So that's how we do it. And that is a perfect example of it. So Project Wolverine. We'll see what happens. Does it work? But wow, if you have not seen that interview, it was really. And what's fascinating to me, and this is what I wanted to discuss with you guys, is that now you have two things. You got a host in Dan Le Batard who very well might get fired over this, because I believe it's Bill Simmons got fired over calling somebody a liar.
Goodell.
Goodell, that's who it was.
Yeah.
Who is a partner of ESPN. The commissioners, they all are all in cahoots. They're all business partners, openly.
But Le Batard doesn't work for ESPN.
Yes,
right?
yes, he does. He did. He joined ESPN.
Oh, he did he
because
did that deal.
they
Right.
agreed. The guy who just left agreed to say, "Listen, we'll make it even more Miami. We'll promote what you're doing." John Skipper said that to him, and he said, "All right, great. Well, then I'll come on board." And so now they work for ESPN.
Oh, but then the guy left. That's sketch.
He left years later. They've been on the air for 16 years, but not with ESPN the whole time. However, speaking of crying, Le Batard was crying literal tears on air when the news broke that Skipper was leaving. That's how much these people appreciated him. But I just thought it was a fascinating discussion how the commissioners, the idea that the commissioner has a safe space on ESPN to go to, and you don't think about that as a casual fan. You just think, oh, look at that. The commissioner's talking on TV. But he's doing it with puff pieces in a place that you know is going to be safe.
Commissioner's not a spokesperson.
What else is he? That is what he is.
He can't.
Yeah, he kind of is.
He's a professional
He should be.
spokesperson.
I
That's
mean,
what he is. Right? He speaks for the league.
Obviously, commissioners at the forefront of news are never good for the sport, a.k.a. Roger Goodell, a.k.a. Manfred. Like, it's never going to change.
I disagree with that. Adam Silver might prove that that's wrong. He doesn't get in the news a lot, but when he does, it's positive.
Yeah, it's true. The NBA has been doing it right, it seems.
So I just think it's really interesting. Potts, like that's like saying, like, you know, I don't know, you partner up with a magazine, and then you go and rip the magazine on the show.
Right. Yeah,
You know,
I
like-
get it. I mean, but it also has to be, I mean, it's journalism, it's news that has to be truthful.
Exactly.
So once,
Exactly.
like you said, people start owning portions of other things and then going on the show, it's a complete conflict of interest right off the bat. So, I mean, that's what probably shouldn't be allowed, is like that cross contamination, if you will, of like, you know, like the corporate and then the journalism, or like the business and the journalism. I mean, how are you supposed to
Exactly.
expose someone or get some answers or have even a halfway decent interview? Like you said, it's just a puff piece.
And that's why I think people are frustrated with ESPN. That's why. You know, people are just sitting here chomping at the bits for them to fail, which they're not going to now that they just bought all sports. But,
Right.
I mean, that's why. I think they see all the fluff side of it and the BS behind of, I mean, what you got from that interview was real. I don't care what you want to say about it. Oh, when he left and ended the interview, I mean, he's just like, all right, bye. Like, I mean, he was angry. But it was real. You got real answers.
I don't even care about sports, and now I'm interested.
It's
in
a
seeing this
fantastic. If you just enjoy a real interview with somebody in power, two people in power, and one of them now. I mean, now you've got ESPN saying, "Hey, you need to stop calling him out," because then the next show, which was yesterday, all he did was call him out and talk about the whole show. The whole show they talked about the interview.
So is this on TV? Or
Yeah, it
this
is.
just a
It
video?
is, and I don't want to sit here just like blasting. I mean, I'm giving them the credit that's due because it was really strong journalism, and I found it fascinating. It's on ESPNU from 10 to 1 every day Eastern.
What?
Yeah.
No, it's on ESPN.
No, it's not. The Le Batard Show?
Yeah.
ESPNU. 12:45. Yes, trust me, I do. I watch it every day. Trust me, I'm
What?
1,000% sure. ESPNU. But that's what I thought was really, really interesting, was that everybody is in cahoots. And now the next show later, he's saying that all of the higher ups at ESPN are giving him pushback, saying, "Hey, listen, you need to maybe just can you please just get us out of this uncomfortable space?" And he said, "No, I want to sit in it. I want to sit here and murk in the mud because this is where the truth comes out." And
Right, it's called good journalism.
Thank you. Do you feel he should be fired for that? I hope not. I hope not. Otherwise,
of course, a lot of people shouldn't be fired for that. Like how Howard Stern was fired from like what WNBC. Like that. It's just because no people. The people making the hiring and firing don't understand what good TV or what good journalism or what good anything is. Like, in the baseball team is a perfect example. They're businessmen that have absolutely no idea how to win. They're just looking at papers and numbers and then doing the math. They're not actually looking at the big picture and be like, these are people. These are baseball players. This is how we win.
It's all about the analytics, Potts.
Are you shutting me up right now?
Yeah, we got to go to break. No, I thought you made a good point.
Not be shut up.
I was letting you make a point on the end of the segment, which you do
good.
so well.
That was a good point.
Also, great job as thank you, Commissioner Manfred. Very well done. Very well done, Potts. There it is.
Thank you.
Belly, did you get some new tunes? Because this feels really new.
I feel like I'm getting crunk right now.
Yeah. Should we do a drinking show next week? We could do that for New Year's. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, everything you celebrate. Hope you're having a good time. We're going to just club it out.
For now.
We'll be back after this. It's Luch Dog in the morning.
At LITMradio.com.
Marinate Restaurant puts a unique twist on fast casual dining by starting with only the freshest ingredients to slow cook delicious melodies of tastes and colors that are sure to delight your senses. Whether you're craving the Chipotle pulled pork sliders, honey basil chicken tacos, or the infamous kitchen sink wrap, Marinate has something for everybody with tons of vegetarian options too. It's the perfect choice of catering for your
actionable home defense plan. Innovative Defensive Solutions offers realistic personal defense training both in Manassas and Doswell. IDS Training also travels nationwide to host range and classroom locations. Since 2003, IDS Training has been teaching people to improve their safety through contextually accurate and realistic personal defense training, including concealed carry permit courses, pepper spray courses, beginner firearm safety, and of course defensive firearm training. So head over to innovativedefensivesolutions.com or call 571-535-4437 with promo code LUCH, that's LUC, and get 20% off their coursework. You can also find IDS on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter with the handle @IDS Training. Innovative Defensive Solutions, making you safer through realistic firearm training. Real training for real life. InnovativeDefensiveSolutions.com.
What's up, y'all? It's Maddie Mads here. This show is sponsored by TTR Studios. Whether it's weddings, parties, karaoke, audio, video production, and all your entertainment needs, call TTR Studios, LLC at 703-850-2223 or check them out at ttrevents.com. Start the show, Luch.
Welcome back, folks. Oh, boy. Well, this is exciting. Well done, Belly. This is Luch Dog in the morning. It's exactly what it is. Listening and,
Audio blocks.
what's that?
From Audio Blocks.
From Audio Blocks. Listening to new music together for the first time.
On this holiday season.
On this
I hope
holiday
you're
season.
enjoying it.
So thank you, Belly. Nicely done. Thank you guys for joining us from Richmond, as you always do Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. We appreciate you guys. You know we tape this show live every Friday morning at 10 a.m. on channel LITM Podcast, right there on YouTube. So you can watch it and you can listen live. Texters are writing in, this is exactly why I don't like ESPN. A lot of that is what I'm getting here on the call-in and text line 571-354-7338. That's exactly where you need to store in your phone. 571-354-7338. Yes, Potts.
Is there at any point in the holiday season where you start listening to holiday music, like in your car or like at home while you're getting ready?
I work
for
in a bar that plays at 99.9 all day,
Oh, man.
every day.
That's gotta be.
Dude, I'm stoked. I love it.
Well, my
I went to the
Christmas
grocery
spirit
store
is-
last
I love it.
night.
My Christmas spirit has been completely crushed.
Well,
All of it. And that's something that we could get into. Do you have a sound to reel me in?
Oh yeah.
We discussed this. Oh, that's what we're doing? Okay.
Yeah.
So when I get
throw in the flag.
a little bit too it's basically my tone just starts getting very I like to yell.
Rambunctious.
Yeah, when I get a little bit too worked up, I would like for you to calm me down with a little bit of Thank you. Because I need that sometimes, really. And we talked about this on our Wednesday podcast. We're keeping it 100 from here on out, and that's why I'm going to need that whistle a lot more often.
Right. Yeah. Because you'll bring it to like 110,
Oh, boy.
and then we need to just kind of like and then tone it down.
Thank you. Yes, I wake up at 110. It's so funny, man. They used to call me decaf when I was coaching because it was like, Jesus, don't give him any caffeine.
I got to be honest, like when we log on to, to be right 10 minutes before we do the show, it's the worst 10 minutes of my morning because I've just gotten out of bed.
Right.
And then like listening to you on the mic, it takes 10 minutes for me to like really kind of adjust.
Which is good for me because I need to kind of like ease you into it, right? I need to ease you into it. So, thanks for hanging out with us, of course. Happy holidays to all you guys spending it with your families. If you're driving, traveling right now, be safe. We do this every Sunday morning, and you can catch all of our stuff at litmradio.com. We do a podcast, too, every Wednesday, so don't miss that. And I am excited to talk about hitting the post. So, Belly, you and I talk. We do this all the time.
Yeah.
Okay? Potts, do you know what hitting the post means?
Yes.
What is that? Will you please explain that to the listeners?
It's like an example would be like when you play the intro to the song and then you're like, this is DJ Lucio and you're listening to 89.9 WVRU. And then it goes like boom. And then it goes right into the song.
Perfect. Or, for example, in a song, if the radio host is talking over the intro, the post is a physical line that you can see on the wave file that the radio host can see when the first words start. And that's where that comes from. So you can talk all the way up until that line hits. And then you have to stop. You have to shut up. And it's called hitting the post. So if in this example, this is something that I wrote so that we can use this. I'm going to try to give you an example of hitting the post. All right? So I'm talking to you guys. I'm excited about it. I can't wait to watch some football later today. But I'm really kind of just stalling because I know that the first words come now. Hello, my darling, why don't you come? Now, that's about as good as it gets. Okay, that's as good as it gets. You're welcome.
So every time you
There
hear
was
our
about
intro,
a couple seconds, you could have taken it just.
But
a
it's
scotch
no, because it's melodic, Potts. It's melodic. I'm singing to you. Sometimes that's a rhythmic thing.
you want to give a 1 second break.
Yeah, beautiful. See, and Belly gets it. So what's funny is
I slapped the post hard.
this happened to me last night with the CEO of a company at a holiday party. I had to force him to hit the post while he's giving his speech, and he crushed it.
Really?
He crushed it. I was thinking about
I'm
Belly.
so proud.
I was thinking about Belly the whole time. So here's what happened. I'm doing this holiday party, and they're up on stage giving a speech, and he's literally standing right next to me. I could touch him. He's that close to me. And so I can whisper to him if I need to. He's literally talking to his company of 150 people at the bar who are all up the front and having a very intimate conversation because he's the CEO, and this company is splitting up amicably, but they're going to have to say goodbye to each other. So this is a very like huggy, feely company. Yeah,
really?
Yes. And so he wants to open up the dance floor at the end. He tells me, I want people to dance after this. And I said, then tell people that the dance floor is open at the end of your speech. The dance floor is open. Let's get after it, right? That's how you do it. And he starts talking, and he says, and now I want to wind it out. I can't, I was supposed to not talk forever. So let me put this out there. And I started playing some music, and I knew where the post was because I pretty much have them all memorized. I just know. He's like continuing to talk, and I just leaned over. I don't know what came over to me. I said, dude, 3, 2, 1. And the guy fit everything he was about to say in so naturally and just said, rip it. And then boom, the thing hit. And it was
awesome.
Incredible. I texted the guys, this CEO just nailed the post. I can't wait to tell you about it. It was probably way more funny then, but for us, who radio nerds, oh man, that was bliss for me.
And I mean, I have an example. When I opened Lavo nightclub at the Palazzo Hotel in Las Vegas. The day that we opened, I had no idea this was happening. I was the manager there. One of the owners of Tao Group, they own Lavo. They were giving this whole big pep talk to the entire staff. I mean, it was a restaurant, a lounge, and a nightclub. And we were about to open. I mean, it had been months and months of construction. Everything was delayed. And he gave this, really inspiring speech. But I had no idea that he had coordinated with the DJ that the second he was done, the DJ drops his beat. And it literally sent chills up my spine. Yep. And everyone got up and they're like, we're, getting everything set up. And it was it was a great speech, but to cap it off with, kind of hitting the post makes it 100 times better. And he worked. It was really good. And if, anyone's trying to give some motivational speech, I mean, what you were saying was a perfect example. A holiday party where you're about to break up the company. I mean, you really got to have something inspiring, and that does help.
Timing is so clutch in those situations. People don't understand that. And if you nail it, it does something so effective as to send chills up somebody's spine. It does. I get that. That's very true. It's very true. Belly, what else was I just rattling off last night as these people were getting me hammered out in D.C.?
I don't know. Something about Jose.
Oh, I just said, Cuervo's taking over. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, I couldn't even keep up. I was at work.
Yeah. All right, so
you were just babbling on. I need you to find a sound to reel me in. I love keeping it 100. You need a sound to chill me out, or belly, drunk. No, I mean, blah blah blah. I want to.
So all right,
I won't read that.
Thank you.
Look at you. I didn't even read any of this. But
Adam didn't play Mariah Carey enough times.
Luch can get a little angry when he's had a few shots.
I was furious.
Same group?
2 nights ago. No, the night before. And it's funny because I don't like to go. I don't go on the air and blast anybody. I don't kiss and tell as a DJ because every party is intimate. It's its own thing. But listen, for all of you out there who are going through your company parties right now, your end of year parties, your holiday parties, your Christmas parties, your Hanukkah parties, whatever you're doing, Belly, you're a bartender. Why is it that people, for some reason, have an unspoken set of rules that is accepted through all society for bartenders, but for some reason, the DJ is actually more like a property, like I own you now, and I am going to run you ragged until your shift is over. If people did what they did to me, to you as the bartender, I think you would have kicked them out.
I think people's interactions with a bartender are more frequent. That's why they start to understand the rules.
Not
with a DJ,
not that night. Every single song. Can I just paint the picture of what happened?
Sure.
This is what happened. I play the first song. I'm going to use... Listen, this is all culturally charged. Not charged, but this is very cultural, so I'm going to give you what people look like. White girl comes up to me and says, listen, man, we need bangers. We need, we're all drunk already. We need bangers. Hit me with something good. Help me help you.
A white girl saying we need bangers is just hilarious to start. But
I said,
that's cool.
Okay, give me an example. She gives me some examples. I play one. Black girl comes over. Who the hell requested this? Play me something with a beat.
Wait, what was the song?
I don't remember. It doesn't even matter. Play me a song with a beat. Yeah,
Triplets,
that's a good
please.
call. Do you have an idea of something in mind? Because I can't really think. I can't read your mind.
Triplets, please.
So
those
they all
triplet
want
rap
that
plans.
Cardi B, Bodak Yellow.
Oh, hey, dude, I love that song.
I know,
money
but
moves.
It's too much.
So I play that.
No.
She's so hot too.
So I play that. White girl comes over. No, dude. This is not. Look, everybody's going to leave. They had a DJ that worked for the company who they didn't like last year, so they hired me for not a cheap amount, and yet they set him up just as something for him. In the bar that had liquor.
You're telling me
I had
they
a fighting
two DJs at a party.
Battling DJs. One that they didn't like, but just so they didn't hurt his feelings.
But
they
set him up near the liquor.
But they put him in the bar with the liquor, and I am in a room down the hall with no liquor. But people want to come to me. They want to hang out with me because he's there, as their quote, playing nothing but, white, 70s music.
Yeah. I had a DJ the other day. We had a Christmas party doing the same thing. It was very, it was very randomly assorted music, and I'm like, what are you going for?
What are you going for? Exactly. And that's why I'm giving you colors of
and
people
guess
because
what? No one was on the dance floor.
Yes, exactly. And so literally for the first 5 songs, it went white girl, black girl, white girl, black girl, white girl, black girl. And at one point, to the white girl, when she came up, I said, okay, listen, you and her need to go off in a corner and talk amongst yourselves and come back here with a plan because I'm not doing this all night.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And she said, it made her laugh, and she goes, ooh, you're trying to start something, aren't you? I said, not at all. I am not going to get yelled at every single song.
Right.
I'm not your personal jukebox,
good
dude.
for you.
right? I got to stand up for myself
Yeah,
at some point.
I would have been royally annoyed.
Right.
And I'm going to say, because at the end of the day, you guys aren't going to hire me again because you think the music sucks, and it's really like I'm not a jukebox.
God, that's a good point. So what I said to then, when of course I played the white girl song because she agreed to be cool, black girl comes over. Of course, this is now 5 times in a row. I said, listen, you know what? You got it. Those are great requests. Those are great songs. Because she's saying things like, I mean, seriously, who is requesting these songs? This is not good. I need something with a beat. And I said, okay, here's what I'm going to do for you.
Be like, she's right there.
Here's what I'm going to do for you. Because I'm not trying to start a fight, right?
Well,
I'm
like,
not.
whatever.
This is why DJing is really like it's handling drunk people. It's almost like coaching in the NFL.
I know that.
It's
feeling.
handling big personalities.
And they only get bigger with liquor.
Exactly. So I said to the black girl, I said, listen, I will play all of those songs for you, but you got to do one thing for me. You got to give me 3 songs before you come back up here again. Okay? You got to give me 3. Because here's the deal. If every single song you come up here and visibly berate me, people are just going to get it in their heads that the DJ sucks. And I can't have that. All right? I'm not doing this. And she laughed. And then from then on out, they never came back again. And the night was awesome. But dude, like
I said, it's a frequency. Like
they
see bartenders all the
way more
time.
maturely than I would have.
Well, I mean, Potts, they're snapping at me. I'm looking down, like trying to pull a song up because it ends in the post is coming up. Like, no, not the post, but the end of the song is coming in 10 seconds. And so I'm not looking up. I know, the move as a bartender. You're doing something and somebody's clearly trying, hey, and you're purposely ignoring them because you got something to do. I'm not ready for you yet.
Oh, I had a guy on Saturday tell me, you didn't get me my drink fast enough. And I go, I told you I had 6 drink orders ahead of yours. He's like, can I get a free one? I go, no.
Absolutely not. You can.
I said, don't ever ask a bartender for a free drink.
No, go shove.
Because you won't get one.
Can I get a free roll? Well, no, you can pay double for this one.
Potts, you'll like this. So there's like 18 people in this room because people are starting just in the beginning and people are starting to trickle over from the crappy DJ. And so the girl comes up to me on the second song and she goes, what is this? No, he over there just said he's going to leave if you don't play something better. If you keep playing this, he's going to leave.
Like, I don't know who he is.
I mean, do you know what it took for me to not say, tell him to go?
Right. Unless that's Santa Claus, I really don't care. So
I would have told him.
I mean, the very nice black girl who kept coming over every single shot. You know what she said to me? Listen, I'm telling you, these songs will kill. I've been doing this a long time. And
I've been berating DJs for 30 years.
I caught myself halfway through the sentence. I'm so proud of myself because I literally, this is how I went. I said, oh, really? Wow, that's awesome because this is honestly my first. What would you like me to play, man? Take me to break, Belly. Let's get out of here and get back to sports. We love to have fun in our second segment. But man, could you not berate the DJ? I mean, he's not your personal ownership. Yes, you're paying him, but he's creating an atmosphere, and if you don't let him, it's gonna suck.
But you're paying him for his expertise.
Well, you should be, yeah. Wow, Belly, fantastic new tunes.
Did I hit the post on that?
You did, man. Nicely done, Potts. All right, Potts, take us out. Let's see you take us out.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is Luch Dog in the Morning. We'll be right back after these words.
Do you want to learn how to defend yourself efficiently with your handgun? Or use pepper spray with the confidence of real-life training? How about develop an actionable home defense plan? Innovative Defensive Solutions offers realistic personal defense training both in Manassas and Doswell. IDS Training also travels nationwide to host range and classroom locations. Since 2003, IDS Training has been teaching people to improve their safety through contextually accurate and realistic personal defense training, including concealed carry permit courses, pepper spray courses, beginner firearm safety, and of course defensive firearm training. So head over to innovativedefensivesolutions.com or call 571-535-4437 with promo code LUCH, that's LUC, and get 20% off their coursework. You can also find IDS on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter with the handle @IDS Training. Innovative Defensive Solutions, making you safer through realistic firearm training. Real training for real life. InnovativeDefensiveSolutions.com.
Marinate Restaurant puts a unique twist on fast casual dining by starting with only the freshest ingredients to slow cook delicious melodies of taste and colors that are sure to delight your senses. Whether you're craving the Chipotle pulled pork sliders, honey basil chicken tacos, or the infamous kitchen sink wrap, Marinate has something for everybody with tons of vegetarian options too. It's the perfect choice of catering for your offices or events with fast and friendly service from a brand new store on Melrose and Western. Stop by today, or you can order online at marinateyourlife.com. And don't forget dollar tacos for Taco Tuesdays. Tacos, wraps, sliders, and sides. Slow cooked to perfection at Marinate Restaurant. marinateyourlife.com.
Welcome back, folks. Yeah, Belly. We're cruising. We're driving. We're jamming.
I told you I was going to bring in some new tunes.
I love it, man. This is great because a whole bunch of people are driving right now.
Hopefully this is increasing your speed, this song.
Yeah. Slow it down.
If you're going to be going faster, get in the left lane. If you're going to be going slower, get the heck over.
Yeah, get the heck over. I remember coming out of Fast and Furious, the entire parking lot was like, So welcome back, folks. Go ahead, Potts.
We might have to update my commercial because we're actually running a new Taco Tuesday promotion starting 2018. Instead of the $1 tacos all damn day, we're going to buy one, get one free every Tuesday.
All right, so we'll have to get...
Darn, the hot girl that reads the Marinate commercial is going to have to come over again.
Yeah, oh no.
You're welcome.
So thank you, Potts, and thank you for all of you listening. And this is, of course, segment 3, where we like to kind of turn it over to Potts and see what the hell is going over in his world of the Santa Monica newsroom. What do you got for us this week, my friend?
Well, on a side note, where did that news thing? So Kat Sadler from E! News resigned because she found out that Jason Kennedy was making almost double her salary. Yeah. How crazy is that?
Are they equal? I don't know who those people are.
They're co-hosts the show together.
Okay, I'm sorry. I guess
they're
I didn't listen
co-hosts. This is like if I got paid. I mean, yeah, you do way more with the board, but it's like saying double more.
No, that wouldn't be cool. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you're trying to renegotiate and you find out and she was like, I wasn't even trying to get equal. I was trying to get in the vicinity of it, and they wouldn't even do that.
So how did she find out? That's an interesting question.
Yeah, I mean that's a good question. But my question, what do you think about quit? Is quitting the answer? Because there was a bunch of people. This was months ago. I think I reported. Some people from Hawaii 5-0, the TV show, they were Asian, and they found out they weren't making as much as the white people. But it was totally different because these white people were the stars of the show.
Yeah.
And these people were co-starring. I mean, that's just how it is. When the show's credited, the stars.
Well, what about Friends?
Were they in every episode though? Is there a breakdown of the screen time between them?
What about Friends? Didn't Friends have all 6 of them make exactly the same?
Well, that's called favored nations, and that's some Hollywood term where, but they were not necessarily going to. They got together and said, let's negotiate together. And I think David Schwimmer was the one that said, guys, let's do this together, because he saw that they were not all going to. And that's just
otherwise Jennifer Aniston's going to get all our money.
But it's smart because if you think of that. But that's like a group where they know they all rely on each other and everyone really is equal, even though, again, you get the producers of the show or the network that will not do it that way, and the show will literally self-implode because you have these numbnuts that are, corporate people that don't see the big picture. So the cast took it upon themselves to say, let's negotiate together, and it made the show, I guarantee you the show lasted longer because of it.
Why don't we do that in sports? Is that why the Patriots are so good?
Well, I think in movies and TV shows and stuff like that, you should be paid based on screen time.
All right, so
if you're only going to be on
that's what we do
2
in
minutes
sports.
per episode, then you're going to get paid like you're only on 2 minutes per episode.
Isn't that exactly what we do in sports? The quarterback always gets paid more because he touches the ball every time?
Yeah.
Right?
Although the center then should get paid
interviews.
a lot.
There's more work.
Right. He's getting he's the FaceTime.
Yeah.
He's the one that's getting all of the work.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But
should there be such a large disparity because there's only 1% of, the athletes are making the millions and millions. The rest are kind of fighting over scraps, even though, you're still talking about a few 100,000, but the average life of an NFL player is only a couple
3
years,
to 4 years.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the average money they make is like $3 million.
Yeah, but that's still pretty good.
I mean, that's great, but that's not.
That's high.
That's
I
not
know it's that high.
what a lot of people would imagine. I think a lot of people think these guys are like massive multimillionaires.
Well, true.
You know, and you got to imagine the average also has the huge contracts in it. So
the average 8.
So, but my question is quitting the answer? Is that really going to make the statement?
Well, we're talking about it. I mean, here we are talking about it on the radio.
And even in the professional environment,
who's going to talk about it tomorrow?
Well, even in the professional environment, Potts, it's more likely that you're going to make more money switching to a different job or different company than it is to stay at the company you're at.
I don't know.
That's
Now
why
you're
a lot
like
of people
kind of a
change
whistleblower.
jobs.
Aren't you a whistleblower now, though? A little bit.
Well,
Would you want to hire her?
Well.
Not that she did anything wrong, but
No.
think like a corporation.
I mean, I'm sure she's gonna have a struggle with it, but I bet you this is gonna. It's like one of those waterfall things. I mean, now everyone at that company is questioning how much they make compared to their male counterparts, especially in the hosting realm.
Half as much as
Could you imagine if Katie
is
Couric
a joke.
found out she was making half of what Matt Lauer made?
Yeah.
She'd probably quit too.
Well, he's over there with his,
everyone knows
his locking
that.
mechanisms.
Matt Lauer's salary is publicized. Everyone knows what he was making. I don't know why, like Jason Kennedy, I mean, I guess it's not as big of a deal, but when those people sign contracts, it's news. So everyone knew that Matt Lauer was the head of that show.
Well, then why didn't this woman know what her co-host was making?
I don't know. I don't know.
Fascinating stuff.
Half's a lot.
Half's a lot. Half's a lot.
Right.
Like
Especially
I could see
for
if
equal
it was
parts.
No, I mean I could see if it was like a show where it was like a one man radio, like what I'm about to do with the One Wheel Show. A one-man radio show, like a Chad Dukes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's gonna make more than his producer.
Yeah.
Okay, but if it's Grant and Danny,
they better be making equal.
You would imagine, or close.
The only way that they wouldn't make equal is because Grant does a lot outside of.
Yeah, I mean Grant's a beat reporter. Well, he was. So anyway, and
he
that's
still does in a way.
Northern Virginia related.
He does the Caps pregame show. He does Redskins postgame. He goes on and on and on and on.
So what's the answer? How do you properly protest if you find out you're being paid half?
Pay him versus screen time. I think her quitting is the right decision for her.
Yeah, I mean it reminds me of the
that's all I'm asking.
The Anna Kendrick story of how she broke up with this dude over tickling. Do you see that?
No, what?
Yeah, Anna Kendrick from Pitch Perfect.
I love and Pitch Perfect 3 comes out Thursday, and I know this airs Sunday, but Pitch Perfect 3, it's Pitch Miss. I'm so excited. I love this movie. Have you guys seen Pitch Perfect 1 and 2?
I mean, I've seen him. Yeah, I've seen him.
It's amazing. I cannot wait for Pitch Perfect.
My favorite part is when that guy throws the burrito at Fat Amy, and then she's like, "I've been shot."
Yeah,
that's the part that gets me every time.
So this is from thisinsider.com. Anna Kendrick's breakup story makes an important point about setting boundaries in relationships. For some reason, this whole thing pissed me off because it was so obvious.
I don't like being tickled, so
neither do I, which is why this completely like spoke to me. I don't understand what's the big deal. So basically, I don't want to just sit here and read to you. Basically, what happened is she told a guy who was tickling her, "Hey, I think that's really, I'm paraphrasing. I know people think that's silly and cute, but
I don't like to be tickled.
It makes me feel chaotic and panicked."
Wait, so Anna Kendrick's boyfriend would tickle her?
It was just like playfully tickling her, just like you might do with a girlfriend. And she was just like, "Hey, listen, I'm not down with that. That makes me feel like panicked and like a panic attack. Could you maybe not do that?"
I know how I get.
And he thought that was ridiculous, and then continued to do it. And she, "Okay, see ya.
Bye."
And they wrote a whole article about. Yeah, I was like, "Why is this news? Why is this news?" And the whole thing is they're trying to say that, wow,
Matty Potts cares about Anna Kendrick being in the right relationship.
And he doesn't even think this is news.
Right. I mean, I care about it. I follow her on Instagram, and even I'm wondering how that made it to an article, but okay.
Because I think what they're saying is it's really important to set boundaries, and if something is uncomfortable for you, to speak up and not to make a concession about it. And I think that's what I was kind of trying to make a connection with this co-host who's making half as much as her other co-host, who's a male. If you make a concession there and you don't quit, you're basically saying I'm cool with it.
And I mean, obviously, it was a contract discussion. So if she's deciding, well, I'm not going to extend my contract with you guys,
right?
We're basically going to let me go, and you're not accepting my money, then you don't want me anyway.
Right.
So
Ooh.
See ya.
Right.
Get me fired up, Potts. I only have 10 minutes left. Do you have anything else for the people?
Just that. Yeah, I just got to tell a quick story because everyone knows I listen to the show while I'm at the gym.
Okay, well, take your time. You're good. You got time.
I started. Because the show is an hour, and I usually work out an hour, and I was definitely slacking. I only did about 45 minutes, so I'm still listening to the show as I'm walking in through the parking garage.
Right.
And everyone, the parking garage has the little kiosk where you pay, and
hold on.
What
are you doing?
What is going on?
What
Can
are
you
you
guys
doing?
pay attention to me?
Yeah,
I'm paying attention.
No, Belly is searching through all of the helmets on the desk for his own Nats cup, his new Nats helmet. Potts, I didn't hear any of that. You're going to the you know what the listeners did. Continue.
So I'm listening to the show. I'm not done yet because I had a short workout. We're going through the parking garage, and I'm listening to the show, but I'm looking kind of like at the ground, like do. I think I was on my phone.
Right.
And the arm for that lets you in and out of the parking garage, the car, I didn't see it. It came down and smacks me on the head. My hat flies off my head. And I'm just like, I'm totally stunned. And of course, the ladies that are sitting there in the little booths immediately see it, and they're thinking, "Oh my God, this is like a lawsuit
Great, we're
waiting
getting
to
sued."
happen."
Oh, they're so happy though.
All these cars are there waiting to get out, and I'm just like, I pick up my hat. I'm like, I'm fine, and I like stumbled off. So this show. And basically what I'm saying is this show could be like hazardous to your health if you're not paying attention while you're listening to it. So please look
That sounds like a phone problem, not the show problem.
Yeah, I think this is a look up while you walk there, guy.
Right.
Next time you're going to fall into a manhole.
No, that's great. So we're that we're that captivating where you might have to watch out for your surroundings.
Yep.
I just love listening to my own voice so
watch
much.
out for parking garage entrance gates.
Belly's in rare form today, folks. I don't know what's up with this guy over here, but this is a new
I had
version.
coffee today.
You did. That's true. I do have a quick thing to bring up before we leave the people, and obviously we're doing very little sports today because it's a very slow sports season right now, and honestly, it's the holidays.
Christmas Day tomorrow for our Sunday listeners.
Christmas is tomorrow, right?
A lot of NBA.
Yes, Monday, yeah. So that'll be fun.
Well, we haven't talked about this, and it's kind of old news at this point. But did you guys hear the ball boys are actually playing for some team? In
No. I'm so glad you said that. There's even better news with him.
There's even better news out of that because they weren't going to last a minute.
No,
playing in Lithuania.
Give me a break.
They're going to get there and be like, "Holy crap, this is not Los Angeles."
The team was like 2-8. It wasn't even a good team.
They're starting. LeVar Ball has a phenomenal idea of starting his own league for kids who do not want to go to college.
The D League.
It's basically his own D League. He's going to get people like Rick Pitino to coach it. You watch.
No.
Oh, for sure.
No.
They're going to call it what it is. It's no longer the garbage BS that is college basketball. Let me go to Duke for a year.
The Extreme Basketball League.
Yeah,
There's trampolines on the basketball court.
No, it's just it's no frills. It's no frills. There's an alligator pit. No.
There's a post-game interview with LeVar Ball after every single game.
Undefeated. Never lost.
You take a shot every time you miss a shot.
That'd be cool.
My son's team won 100-0.
But isn't that a good idea of somewhere else the kids can play and get paid?
I have a hard time saying anything LeVar Ball does is a good idea.
Oh, you get somebody to back that.
You need literally millions of dollars to start an endeavor like that.
Somebody will get behind him. Watch one company get behind him and say, "There's money here."
It's called the Big Ball.
There's money here.
I actually don't think it's a bad idea. I don't think he is the one to.
No, he can't. No. He can't organize. No, he's not.
Already an awesome new basketball league, the 3 League.
Yeah, how'd that do?
It's great.
Failing.
Yeah, it's going to fail just like the LeVar Ball.
Yeah, because nobody wants to see Allen Iverson look like he's 50. That's sad to me.
Yeah.
It's a sad thing to watch. It's not nostalgic. It's like making me realize I'm old.
Practice.
No, it's because he's 50. God, have you guys? I want to talk about this on our next podcast. But how many TV shows can we come up with where they just snuck a character on you? Fresh Prince, the mother. All of a sudden, you just tune in one day and it's a new.
Roseanne, they switched the sister.
Yeah,
did they? Elliot, the blonde one?
Yeah,
they
Elliot
did.
from.
And speaking
Scrubs.
of, Roseanne is coming back March 27th. They are doing a reboot. I am super pumped. It's on ABC. Cannot wait.
Also, Office is trying to do a reboot without Steve Carell.
I saw that.
Anything else? What else can we do?
Don't get me started on that.
Try to think of, because I was starting to think. I know Fresh Prince, the mother. I had another one.
He's right about Roseanne. Elliot from Scrubs was the second daughter. Also, the sister in that 70s show when she got the original
Jackie.
one got arrested.
Not Jackie.
No, Lori.
Lori, yes. Yeah, wow, that's a good one.
Slutty sister. Yeah, no, it was like the last season and a half. She basically got replaced.
Hit us up on the social media, LITM podcast.
They kind of replaced Eric
examples of
Foreman
this.
on that show for the last season.
They
Because
did?
They brought in someone else.
That's right, they did.
And it was basically his molded character with a different person.
Is that all we can think? I thought
Became
there was-
Donna's love interest in the last season.
Why are you mad about The Office coming up? I love The Office.
Because what happened when Steve Carell left the show?
It was bad. It was
So
pretty bad.
what's going to happen when they come back with the
Right.
show that they ended perfectly?
It's Allen Iverson walking around like
They
he's 50.
ended it perfectly,
Right.
and then they're going to bring it back. I'd rather see a whole new Office. I want to see a whole new Office, a whole new company, a whole new everything else. I don't want to go back to Dunder Mifflin. I've been there. I've done that.
Right.
We love those
Seen
people.
it.
They're great.
But speaking of that 70s show, they did that 80s show, which I don't think it lasted more than a few episodes. But, I
Yeah, it
mean,
was terrible.
the spin-offs don't normally work.
So can we do just a quick minute on the new podcast that's coming out? We got the One Wheel, the voice of One Wheel. That's going to be me on Tuesdays. January 2nd will be the first one. So if you want to, I talk about the One Wheel all the time on here. I love it. It's an electric skateboard that has one wheel, a go-kart wheel in the middle of it. It's like a Segway. It's got a motor and a battery, and it's just, man, it's like floating in air. It's like snowboarding
Walking on
every day.
sunshine,
It
you'd say?
feels like snowboarding with a jetpack. You can go up grass, hills. Potts, you would love this thing.
I've ridden it,
guarantee
Potts. It is fun, but
Belly
I
rode it
wouldn't
the other
buy
day.
one.
That's right. He was great.
I mean, I'd be happy to try it out. In the video of you crashing was just amazing.
I only watched the crash.
Why is that the
It's
only
really
video
great.
that Potts doesn't comment on? I was ready for something. I couldn't believe it. I was
Probably
like,
because I've watched it so many times that I forgot that I hadn't commented, because in my head I was commenting, rewind.
Right.
It was really awesome.
well, I mean, man, I take some massive spills. I'm literally wearing a knee brace as we speak. But this thing is awesome. And what's been really exciting is there's a community of 5,000 people that absolutely love this thing like I do. Everybody else is kind of just like you guys, like, yeah, cool. It's a $1,500 toy. You are insane. And then we're like, hey, guess what? How much did you spend on your mountain bike? How much do you have to, it's all relative
Right,
of what is
yeah.
happening.
I mean,
don't
if it's
care
something
what
that
you
you
spend
use
on your
every day,
happiness.
then
Right.
I don't think it's a huge expense. But I mean, it's definitely something for me would be a big expense for it to sit in my closet.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't.
I'm gonna
It
take
wouldn't.
that
You'd ride it every
$1,500
day.
to go visit Potts and Cali.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
Can I just say, I got to ask a question, because do you guys, we're all in our 30s, do your parents still ask you what you want for Christmas?
Yes.
And what
Yeah,
did you
they
say?
want.
I'm really curious to know what Luch asked for Christmas from Auntie Lynn and Uncle Joe.
They want ideas. I asked them for a snowboard jacket because I thought that would be cool. But just to finish the thought, I've got the top rider in the entire community of 5,000 people. I've got him coming on as my first guest host. And then I also have a massive announcement in the community. I am literally branding myself as the voice of One Wheel, and you can catch that all at litmradio.com. It will be live on our stream on YouTube, same YouTube channel, LITM Podcast, so you can see it all there. Belly, nicely done with the tunes.
It's
Potts,
holiday season. I just want to, please.
We gotta go. Potts.
All right, that's all I got. Thanks for tuning in. Merry, happy holidays and Kwanzaa, and go find yourself.
There he goes, Matty Potts from the Santa Monica newsroom. Belly, what's left?
And what's left is have a great holiday season. I hope you have had some time to share with your family. We love you all. Good to have you.
We'll see you guys soon. Thanks for having us. We love it here in Richmond. And for all of you across the country, happy holidays. From Luch Dog in the Morning, litmradio.com.